Hi everyone. Today I want to share with you a follow along class for a handstand. And we're going to really focus on alignment and body position. Now I want you to make sure you've already warmed up before we get started. So if you don't have a warm up you can do, check out the links below. Make sure you get those wrists and shoulders and a little bit of hips nice and warm. We're going to start just by talking a little bit about what a good handstand line is. What is the body position that we're aiming for in our handstand? Okay, what we want is to stack all our joints in one line, right? So if we think about our hands and our shoulders, our ribs, our hips, our knees, our feet, everything stacked in one line, then that's going to be a balanced position, and that's going to be your most efficient position. Okay, the more you start taking parts away from that center line, the more strength it requires and the more work it is to hold that position. Okay, so we're going for the most efficient handstand and a handstand that progresses more easily to more advanced movements like a press to handstand or a one-arm handstand. Right? A banana handstand is totally fine. It's just more work and doesn't progress to some of the more advanced movements. So there's two main things you need to think about with that body position. And the first is ribs down and butt tucked. And I'm sure you've heard these cues before, but let's really kind of feel what those are. So everyone get standing up, get ready. We're going to start moving. So place your fingers on your ribs at the front, your thumbs at the back. And we're going to lift our chest and feel that your ribs lift up. Then we're going to pull our ribs down. As you pull your ribs down, make sure it's not your shoulders and head that are coming down. Make sure your chest stays wide, your ribs come down. You'll feel these muscles firing. Okay, again, lift your ribs up, pull your ribs down. Really feel that position because that's what you want in a handstand. Okay, up and then pull that down. Okay, we're gonna move on to our hips. So place your fingers at the front of your hip bone, your thumbs at the back. We're gonna stick our butt out. Okay, it's as if you're rotating your pelvis forward, and then we're going to tuck your butt under, okay, as if you're rotating your pelvis back. And we're just going to do that a few times, feeling that rotation. So for our handstand, we want feet together, we want ribs down, okay, feeling all this working. We want a slight butt tuck. You don't need to tuck your butt as far as you possibly can, but we want a slight butt tuck. You can kind of feel in your lower back, and if you feel like there's still a little arch there, think about pushing into that. Okay, so pushing your lower back into your hand to get that nice flatness through your lower back. So that's the torso position that you want in your handstand. Ribs down, butt slightly tucked. Okay, so we're holding that position. Now we're going to reach our arms overhead. So maintaining everything here, don't let that change, and reach your arms overhead. We're going to hold this position, reaching your arms up, trying to pull your arms back, okay? We want to make sure we're not in this position, right? Our shoulders are right up at our ears. They're pulling back, but we're not letting this happen. Really pull this down, tuck the butt, keep your back flat, reach as high as you can. Okay, keep working. Okay, it's a lot of work, it's hard, right? This is your line when you're standing on the floor, right? You have to do the same thing when you're upside down. So we really want to make sure you're getting it. Okay, stay in the position. Okay, and rest. So that's our line. We're going to really work on some exercises to reinforce that and strengthen that. So let's start with a front line drill. So for this drill, you're going to get down on the floor. You're going to lie on the floor. I like to have my hands up against a wall so that I can really push against something. But just for purpose of demonstrations, I'm just going to do it on the floor here. So we're going to put your hands up against the wall. You're going to think about pulling your ribs into that down position. And you'll almost feel that this lower part of your rib cage, okay, right down here, is almost lifting off the floor when you're lying on your stomach. You're going to then tuck your butt, flatten out your lower back. And from this point, then reach your arms overhead and push away from the wall. So let me just demonstrate that movement. Okay, flattening my lower back. And then I'm going to reach my arms overhead. And we're going to stay there for 30 seconds. So keep reaching as far forward as you can. Try to avoid this happening in that upper back rounding. Okay, we're really just trying to get in a straight position. So you're really trying to get everything in a straight line. Really beneficial for you to film this or have someone tell you if you're in that straight line. So hold this position. We're going to go for 30 seconds. And rest. Okay, so hopefully you realized that that position was pretty challenging. And we're going to do 2 more rounds for 30 seconds. Okay, so let's get back down on the floor. I like to start with my arms down so that I can really get my torso position and then take my arms overhead. So with your arms down, think about pulling that lower part of your ribcage off the floor, tucking your butt, flattening your lower back. Reach your arms overhead. Squeeze your butt tight, point your toes. Imagine that I was coming in and lifting your feet. Okay, if I lift your feet, your whole body is going to stay as one straight line and lift up to handstand. Keep going for a few more seconds. Okay, and rest. So this is a good time to check your video, see if you need to make any changes. So if you're filming yourself, take a look at your video and then maybe go and say, oh, I was rounding my upper back a little bit, or I wasn't tucking my butt enough, and see if you can make a change to that line for your final round. Okay, one more round of 30 seconds. So going through those same cues, right? Ribs down, butt tucked, okay? Flatten out your lower back and bring your arms overhead. Squeeze your butt, point your toes. And relax. Whew, it's a lot of work. Okay, we're going to move on and do an exercise where we're really trying to push into that line. So for this one, you're going to have to work on a wall or find a box that you can use. So this exercise is the push to line. You're going to use your hands on this, or you can use a wall. What we're going to do is you're going to set up with your hands about hip height. So my hips are a little higher than this box, so I'm going to have to bend my knees a little bit to get in that position. Okay, what I'm going to think about doing, I want my shoulders, my armpits to move towards my face. So I can think about my shoulder blades coming around my rib cage, so coming around. So my armpits come towards my face. Then I'm going to think about pulling my ribs down, and then I'm going to think about pushing away from the box. So I'm getting that nice long but straight line, and I'm thinking the whole time about moving my butt as far as I can away from this object, right? If you're not able to get in that straight position, the more you push, the more you're pushing into a rounded position. So if you're not quite able to get in that straight position yet, really focus on the position rather than pushing as hard as you can. So I'm gonna have to bend my knees to get my hands at hip height. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is think about wrapping my shoulder blades around my rib cage so that I'm bringing my armpits towards my face. Okay, I'm going to pull my ribs down. Okay, and then I'm going to push as if I'm trying to move my butt away from the box towards the wall behind me. And I'm trying to get in that straight line. So it looks a little odd when I'm doing it, I know, because I have hyperextended elbows. Okay, so that definitely affects the position. as well as the position when you're upside down. So we're going to be holding this for 30 seconds, so keep going for a few more seconds. Great. And take a rest. Okay, let's do this one more time for 30 seconds, thinking about trying to get in that straight line and then pushing in that line. Okay, so setting up, you're going to go for this. Hands on the block. Okay, you're going to think about wrapping your shoulder blades around your rib cage. Bring your armpits towards your face. You're going to think about pulling your ribs down. And then you're going to think about pushing in that line. So pushing as far as you can so that your shoulders come towards your ears. Okay, so pushing away, holding that line. It can be really helpful to have someone helping you with this, just letting you know what's too high, what's too low, what's not straight, trying to get in that line. Okay, so keep going. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. So in class, I rarely actually have a timer. So my 30 seconds can range from like 10 seconds to 5 minutes. So keep going. Excellent. Okay, and take a rest. So now we've worked on that body line. We've worked on pushing in that line. It's now time to do the same thing and get upside down. So those first two exercises were really our warm-up, okay, trying to understand that position. Now we're going to do our focused skill work. So the idea with skill work is we're working on making improvements to the movement. So it's not just about doing sets and doing reps, getting those numbers in. It's about improving and making changes. So we really need to focus as we're doing these. The first thing we're going to do is an incline chest to wall. So for this one, you're going to place your hands on the floor, step your feet up, and you're going to hold at an angle to the wall. So we're not worried about walking our feet in to a full straight handstand yet. We're just working this position. Okay, what you want to think about doing, those same things as you were doing on the box. Okay, wrapping your shoulder blades around so that your armpits come towards your face, pulling your ribs down. Okay, and then we're going to really focus on that butt tuck. We're going to hold that position at an angle to the wall. For this one, you might find you're in a slightly more rounded, hollow position than a perfectly straight position, and that's really what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to place my hands on the floor. Step my feet up the wall. Okay, I'm thinking about wrapping my shoulder blades around, pulling. Okay, you're going to do this on two arms, but I'm pulling my ribs in, tucking my butt, and then pushing away from the floor. Hold it for between 10 and 20 seconds per rep. Remember, the focus is not on getting really tired. Okay, the focus is on improving that position. Okay, so you're just going to practice that chest to wall, incline chest to wall handstand, and we're going to do that for about 5 minutes. As you're doing this skill work, film yourself or get a friend to watch you from the side. Okay, have a look at that line. See if you're in that nice ribs down, butt tuck position. If you're not, go back up the wall. Try and make a change. Remember, skill work is about improving what we're doing. So rest as much as you need to, but then get back up and really work on that thing that you're trying to make better. So rather than me stand here and talk for 5 minutes, hit pause. Okay, spend 5 minutes working on this, and then come back and let's move on. We'll move on to the next exercise. So for our next exercise, we're going to do a walk to pike handstand. Okay, the idea of this is we're starting in a plank. Okay, we're stepping our hands in, keeping our hands under our shoulders. Okay, that's going to train us for that wall walk at the wall. Okay, so keeping your hands under your shoulders as you step in, and then we're going to try and finish in a pike handstand where we're perfectly stacked. Okay, hands, shoulders, butt, all in one line. And it's really hard, okay, because where you think your butt is not always where your butt is. So start trying to build that map in your head of where your body is when it's upside down. Okay, take a picture, film it, get a friend to tell you, and then come back and try and improve it. Again, this is skill work. Okay, so you're gonna walk up, you're gonna hold for 10 to 20 seconds, come down, and then try and make it better. Okay, so another 5 minutes working on this walk to pike handstand. If you need to for this one, feel free to bend your legs. It's not a hamstring exercise, so we're really working on the skill of your handstand. Okay, so again, pause, go work this for 5 minutes, come back for your conditioning. Okay, we're gonna finish with some conditioning focusing on your line. So there's 3 exercises that we're gonna do. The first is a back line drill. So for this exercise, you're gonna try and get your entire back of your body lying on the floor, okay? So we do this, legs out, tuck your butt, try and push your lower back into the floor, bring your arms overhead, try and push them into the floor, and you're working for 30 seconds just trying to get everything as flat as you can on the floor. The next exercise is gonna be a glute bridge with leg extension. For this one, we're really, again, focusing on that body position, ribs down, butt tucked, okay? You'll hear me say this over and over again. Maybe you're getting bored of it by now, but make it stick, right? This is the key to your handstand line, ribs down, butt tucked, okay? So we're gonna get in that ribs down, butt tucked position, squeeze your butt, lift your hips up, and then we're gonna extend one leg at a time, okay? Really strengthening all those muscles that we need to hold that position upside down. The final one we're gonna do is a push and lean. And when I say lean, we're really working on that alignment of where your shoulders are with respect to your hands. So we want our shoulders right over the middle of our hands and then push as hard as we can. Okay, you don't want your shoulders leaning too far forward. So let's go through those exercises. First round, if you're not sure of what the exercises are, you're gonna learn them as you go. So lying flat on the floor, okay, feet down, tuck your butt under, push your lower back into the floor, ribs down. Okay, bring your arms overhead, push your arms into the floor. Okay, really hold that position with everything touching the floor as much as you can. Okay, if you feel your lower back starts to come off the floor, push it back down. Try not to let your feet lift. Try and keep your feet down on the floor. Keep your arms, try and push your arms back into the floor. Pull your ribs down. Keep going. Again, I don't have a timer, so this could be anywhere from 10 seconds to 5 minutes. But keep going. And let's bend your knees. Okay? So we're going to tuck your butt, pull your ribs down. We're going to lift up, and we're not lifting as high as we can. We're lifting as high as we can while maintaining that body position. From here, keep your butt squeezed as you extend one leg. Okay? Try and keep your thighs parallel to each other, so we're not coming up here. As you lift, don't let your butt drop. Keep it nice and high. Keep your ribs down. And we're just extending one leg at a time. Notice if your hips are shifting side to side as you're doing it. Try and keep it even. Go nice and slow. And come down. Last exercise, this is our push and lean. This is the one where you really want to make sure that your shoulders are over the middle of the palm of your hands. So hands about shoulder width apart. Okay, we're going to push as far away from the floor as you can. Walk your feet forward until your shoulders are right over that point. Okay, it's not about getting over here. It's about that alignment of your shoulders over your hands. And then push
straight down into the floor. Really feel yourself pushing in this direction. It's not that way or that way. You're pushing straight down into the floor. And keep pushing for 30 seconds. And relax. Okay, we're going to do 2 more rounds of this, or at least you're going to do 2 more rounds of this. So hip pause, get your timer. 30-second backline drill, 30-second glute bridge with leg extension, and then 30 seconds push and lean. Okay, once you've done those two more rounds, check back in. We've got a little bit of a cool down to do. Okay, so you've done your conditioning. Let's finish with a little bit of shaking. So we're just going to start with your wrists and your hands. Okay, really try and relax, be nice and loose. Shake that out. You can kind of, as if you're trying to throw your hand away. This can be really nice after a handstand practice. You can come up here, shake your hands out, shake your arm out. Try and get really kind of loose in the shoulder. And do the same with your legs. You don't do so much leg work in handstands. There's a little bit of tension. So you might find that you don't need to do as much there. You can shake out your body. Just kind of relax. Anything that feels nice. We used to do this in gymnastics a lot at the end of long training sessions. And you slept so well after it. So I like to do it when I've had a really hard training session. So feel free to keep going, keep shaking, chill out. I just want to finish with a little bit of a recap of what we covered today. So we were working on alignment, and the idea of this is just getting everything in that one line, getting your body stacked in one line. And you might have heard me say a couple of times today, ribs down, butt tucked. And so if you take one thing away from this, I really hope it's understanding those 2 parts of this movement. Your ribs down, your butt tucked. If you want to get videos like this every week, sign up in the link below to get on my newsletter. I send stuff out all the time to my subscribers, so make sure you are on that list. If you did this class and you follow me on Instagram, Garage Gym Girl, I would love to know that you did it. So post a video, post a picture, tag me, let me know. I'd love to see your handstand.